Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make another video on where to find screws. I've made a video on this before, but I've learned a few things as I go through these videos and I like to come back and revisit them. So we're back at the Bogtown. There's two locations I primarily like to go to for screws. That is the Bogtown, right at Wautoga, and of course that's my preferred location, and of course there is a location right up here by Aaron Holt's homestead that has 6 screws. So if you're low level, go ahead up here, and if you haven't looted this place recently, that's the place to go. Otherwise, come down here to the Bogtown. It's pretty easy to get into the Bogtown. I mean, there are some high level enemies, but generally you can just run past them. Even the super mutants, even the behemoth, you can just run away from them. You don't really have to worry about them too much. Anyway, so let's get started. So if you're just looking for screws for yourself, the easiest place to find screws is right behind the police station. There is a wheelbarrow full that has 5 handcuffs in them. So we're going to head there first. Okay, so there is this. You can get 5 handcuffs right out of this wheelbarrow. And if that's all you need, that's all you need to get. If you're looking for some more screws for some additional characters or friends, sort of head over here to this building here. So depending where you spawn, if you spawn back by the pylon, just come run around past this red rocket. Again, there are going to be some enemies here. There's a stash box and a workstation just in that red rocket. We'll come back to that in a second. Run straight up these stairs here. And again, you can kind of run away from most of the enemies. Okay, so that first you want to grab here, depending which direction you come from. If you come from the direction, there is a fan that is typically on this table here. Which might mean that somebody's already looted this area. Okay, there's actually 13 cement bags in this location. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over there. There is a 7th one next to this bench here. There is an 8th one at the top there. There's normally 1 on the table there, and there's another 4 over there. Okay. If you have marsupial, you can just jump up here. So if you are a high level, just jump up there through the roof. If you're low level, you can just come here through this hole. You can walk up the stairs. Just go to the roof and you can drop down in the elevator. Okay, there is an office building right here. You're going to find a whole bunch of typewriters. There's some globes. So the ones that have screws are the typewriters. I don't actually need them today. There are the fans and the globes are the typewriters, are the ones that have screws. The phones have fiber in it and copper if you want looking for those. And there is also a hot plate stove. All of those have screws in them. Typewriters, fan, and the hot plate stove. You can actually, with the handcuffs, get enough for 4 players. Once you've grabbed those, you can either go down to the red rockets and scrap them down there, or you can actually go. There is another workstation up here. There's actually a chemistry workbench. You go up here, actually away from the old enemies. So if you've got a lot of enemies at the bottom, just head up here through this wall, just up here. I'll just show you. There is a door here. You can just peek through this door. You can unlock this chain here, activate this chain. Now, for some reason, they still can actually shoot you up there, which I think they're cheating a little bit. Okay, there's another 5 bags of fertilizer in here, and there's also a workbench in here, so you can quite safely actually scrap your screws, your typewriters, some additional resources in here, copper, bids, things like that. So there you go. Very easy to get to, very easy to get up and in and out. Even as a low level, I brand some of my very low level characters here without sweating it. Just kind of come up there, come to the roof, drop down, or just come in here if you've got marsupial, just jump up through the roof. And then I'll show you where the other workbench is. So you can either go down there. You just got to kind of be aware. Sometimes there's a behemoth, super mutants down there, and of course there's a workshop. So if you do actually jump down there, and somebody has that workshop and they're actually there, they could easily kill you. So I would just avoid that, go in that direction, and just head over here. You're going to head into this, a super mutant, which generally, depending on your level now, should be low level enough. You can generally avoid those guys as well. There's generally always going to be one and a hound in this work area or the shop if you want. Okay, so head out this door, and then you can actually come in here. Now you can actually generally hide in here from the behemoth. Sometimes there'll be a super mutant that will kind of come stand by the door there, and then you can actually just use this workbench here. And then once you scrap your stuff, you can just go in there. There is a stash box in this room here. I don't know why I'm still over encumbered yet. Should be under encumbered. And there you go. So very quick, very easy. I'm at the abandoned Bogtown. As I said, so if you're just looking for 5 screws, just head up to the wheelbarrow at the back of the police station. There is also a police uniform in that police station, plus two straitjackets. So if you're looking for something to sell, you can do that. And then upstairs we have 13 bags of concrete, 5 bags of fertilizer, a bunch of steel, and you can pretty much get in and out, like I said. Short of that, if you want to go to an easier area, I like to come to locations that one building, and I can do the challenge. The second location I'd recommend doesn't always work for me because I tend to be up here quite often, so I don't always find screws up there because either people are looting this area, or it hasn't respawned again for me, even though I feel that I haven't been there for 24 hours, which they should respawn. But there are 6 screws. There's a typewriter there. There is a fan. There are 2 banjos. In the one in the corner, one on the front porch. There's a banjo. There's a fan in the bathroom. There's a typewriter on the desk. So I think you can get 6 screws in total. Yeah, 5 or 6 screws. The typewriter has 2 screws. It's actually a different typewriter. It's called a Carlisle. I think it's called a Carlisle typewriter. Where these typewriters in the abandoned Bogtown are just regular typewriters, and they actually only have 1 screw. So there are typewriters with 2 screws. It's just a different type one. So that's why you can get a total of 6 screws when you are up there. Anyway, I hope you found this useful. If you did, hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you found this useful. Thanks very much.